Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to Ryan's Trains. Hope you guys had an amazing weekend out there, an amazing Thanksgiving. And today's video we're going to be doing is the Fox River Valley MTH Protosound 2 FRV 2402 in the Protosound 3. So I hope you guys are going to enjoy this awesome review of this engine. I know I'm going to enjoy this because this locomotive is probably one of my favorites, and you would never, ever seen a Fox River Valley engine that's been made into O scale. They only did one of the Wisconsin Central 2500. Yeah, 2500. And that one was only done in Wisconsin Central, but MTH never done it in its FRV paint era. So this one we're going to be doing is the Fox River Valley 2402. I am planning to get the FRV 2401, which is the sister engine to 2402, and the two variants of the Wisconsin Central ones that MTH made, but those other three are very hard to find. I know there's one on eBay, but that's going to take a while to do. But in this video, we're just going to be doing the reviewing, the engine's history, having a run around the layout. So I hope you guys enjoy that review, and let's get on to the engine. So I hope you guys enjoy. So here we're going to be doing a quick history on the EMD SD24s. So the EMD SD24s were built from 1958 to 1963 and was a landmark of 2,400 HP 6-axle CC locomotive, signified as an EMD's first production modeling, featured turbocharged 1656.7 D3 prime mover, offering more power and efficiency than the predecessor. Key buyers were included the Santa Fe, Union Pacific, with the UP purchasing unique cabless B units, nicknaming them like torpedo tubes due to the roof-mounted air tanks, and many SD24s enjoyed long lives, with survivors preserved at museums today. So those were the histories of, well, not really the history, basically about the SD24s that were built. We're going to be going on more history about the FRV 2402 and the railroad called the Fox River Valley Railroad. The Fox River Valley Railroad, reported mark was the FRVR, was a short-lived railroad in eastern Wisconsin, U.S. From 1988 to 1993 was about 214 miles of track, all of which was former Chicago Northwestern trackage. The line from Green Bay, Wisconsin to the north side of Milwaukee was owned by ITEL Corporation. The FRV Railroad had a lot of problems from the start, plagued with big debt and little revenue. The FRVs and the sister railroad, the Green Bay and Western, were eventually absorbed by the Wisconsin Central on August 28, 1993. As a subsidiary, the Fox Valley and Western Limited, the railroad, was known for its paint scheme and its extensive roster of former Chicago Northwestern Jeeps. The Fox River Valley Railroad actually began to take shape more than 100 years early, when the Fox River Valley Union Railroad's predecessor and the Chicago Northwestern Railway reached Fond du Lac from Minnesota Junction on 1854. The C&W continued by building from North Fond du Lac and reached Green Bay in 1862. Other lines followed, connecting to North Fond du Lac with Milwaukee, Milwaukee to Manitowoc, Manitowoc to Green Bay by 1906. All these lines operated as part of the Chicago Northwestern system until 1988, when the C&W sold most of them for $61 million to the newly reformed Fox River Valley Railroad until the ITEL Railroad Corporation. Right from the start, the FRV struggled under the weight of heavy debt and constantly suffering from cash flow problems. ITEL tried to redeem the situation by placing under common management with the Green Bay and Western Railroad from 1991. Then in 1993, ITEL sold both properties to the Wisconsin Central's new subsidiary as the Fox Valley and Western Limited. So that was the history of the Fox River Valley, and how its short demise happened ever since the Chicago Northwestern sold them the line, and then they got bought out by the Wisconsin Central. So now we'll be going into the two sister engines, which is 2401 and 2402, the only SD24s to ever been on the FRV. So 2402 started its life on the Burlington Railroad as an SD24. I don't know the name of its original number boards, what it was what its original numbers were before it became 2402. But both her sister, 2401 and 2402, worked for the Burlington until the Burlington then sold them to the Fox River Valley Railroad, and the Fox River Valley painted both locomotives in this unique scheme of yellow and red. And both of these locomotives served out on the FRV until the FRV later got bought out by the Wisconsin Central. And the Wisconsin Central then took both of these locomotives. They basically patched out right here where it says FRV, and the whole side, if you could see, all blacked out that said FRV. And then they just put underneath the cab right here, they just put patch in that said WC, which stands for Wisconsin Central. And both of the same locomotives kept working for Wisconsin Central until 2401 was sadly scrapped. But 2402 was then donated to the Green Bay National Railroad Museum in Green Bay, Wisconsin, where the locomotive currently sits outside unprotected from the elements and basically is rotting away. And I hope the locomotive gets put inside and protected from the weather, because the locomotive is in pretty bad shape. But through my recent days going over there, I did take some pictures with the model next to its real life predecessor, and I'll be showing some pictures. And it's cool, you could see through the paint where it was patched, been faded through, or looks like someone managed to scrape that old paint off to show the FRV original name on there. But I'll be sending credits to SD70 Train Fan of his Fox River Valley SD24, which is 2402. He's got the Wisconsin Central variant. That'll be showing pictures of that one. And that one I've been looking for, but it's going to be pretty hard to find since MTH released this in Mike's last big catalog. And those locomotives are pretty hard to find. 2401 is on eBay, but I would like to get it, but saving up money for the Wisconsin Central 2500, and which is why you might be asking, why 2500? Well, 2500 was an ex-Southern, and it was part of the Southern Railway. Then it went to the Fox River Valley Railroad and stayed in its black and white Southern paint scheme. And then later on, when Wisconsin Central bought FRV, the FRV 2500 was later painted into Wisconsin Central, and the engine was upgraded over the time and spent its years on the Wisconsin Central until 2022 is when the Wisconsin Central 2500 was sent down to Illinois from the CN to get scrapped. And that locomotive is sadly not around anymore, but the model is, and the model is very hard to find. Here's some other pictures my friends brought over for my open house, and you can see some pictures of that engine, which is on my list to get. But both of these locomotives is amazing. The sounds are amazing. The detail on this locomotive is very standout. You got a beacon, you got a applicable horn, you got hand-painted crew figures, you got everything in this locomotive that just stands out beautiful. MTH nailed the paint scheme of the Fox River Valley Railroad. The only thing that I don't have any problems with this locomotive at all. It runs smooth, it runs nice. Got this on eBay used. The seller was amazing. They packaged this engine up very good, and I'm very happy. I love this engine a lot. I'm hoping to get its sister engine in 2401 in the Fox River Valley before I get the Wisconsin Central variant ones. So basically, I'm looking for 2401 to complete the Fox River Valley. But I am hoping that MTH releases, again, I don't know if it'll ever happen, is the Fox River Valley 2500, which was in its Fox River Valley paint scheme, and in its ex-Southern paint scheme, I should say. But that's all the history and the details of this locomotive. I think I'll show you a bit the details. MTH really went all out on this locomotive. Just by looking at everything, this locomotive, like, it's just an eye catcher. Even when I bring this to like clubs or everywhere, this engine, people will look at it and just say, wow, this engine's like really nice, because, well, MTH really went out on making this model, and it's very hard to find. I'm glad I found this before when this came out. I didn't buy it for some reason, and later I would soon regret when I was looking for this engine. I'm glad it was on eBay for a pretty long while, and now I got it, and I really love it. The horn's amazing, but I'll show you those features and the PFA crew talk and everything that makes this engine go. So let's get on to that.
If you're ready to go, look for your cab number. Let's get them going. get this train built. Go ahead, pull them out. You're good. You're down. Why you got to let it go? Get out there. Yeah, there you go. Right in. What? One is bad, tower, over. Yeah, would you let my squeaker cross power over right now or no? Yeah, over. They're ready to go. Number 5 is coming to there, over. Alright, it'll probably take about 5 minutes. You ready? Alright, so 4 out. Make sure you turn in your paperwork.
Well, thank you guys for watching this amazing video of the Fox River Valley 2402. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope I'll see you guys next time for next video today. For the next video I'm going to be doing is another Bill B's Holiday Boxcar Challenge, and we'll be doing a quick relook at the Green Bay and Western RS11, which I should say the Kewanee Green Bay and Western RS11 309. So I hope you guys tune in for that video. Stay safe out there, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care.